I'm Dr. Gears. Welcome back to Dr. Gears Presents The Dark World. That really ranged. Again, just slightly off camera discussing like movie things and relationships and fallen tree limbs. It was interesting. it, it was a thing.
We covered
But again,
a little bit of things.
A little bit of things. A
Just
sprinkling.
A little bit of things.
A smattering.
Mm-hmm.
We are now at the point where nearly half of us don't have AC and where we're working. It's delightful.
I don't have AC. I stuffed a fan in the window.
I can't even have a
That's why
fan
it's bright over here.
because it'll pick up on audio.
In the window, yeah.
I'm just hanging out. I am not turning the camera. You do not want to see my. It is the jankest. It looks nice. This is the one angle. It looks nice. It's a little. I should be able to see less cute things from where I'm sitting. Unfortunately, I can see where my daughter's bed is, and right now it has a giant Blue Eyes White Dragon card throw blanket over it.
Oh, I love it.
Oh my god,
so based.
She was
amazing.
She got that just recently for
love that.
early birthday present. She was like, "This is awesome."
It is. Holy shit.
It was pretty cool. But no,
I need to come over so she and I can play Yu-Gi-Oh sometime.
Oh, jeez.
I could actually challenge you.
See, my thing was Magic. I played Magic, and then my daughter played Yu-Gi-Oh. So we just have a dresser just full of fucking cards. It was wild.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
What archetypes does she play?
Man, I don't know. I play Magic.
Yeah, no, don't ask us that.
Man, I don't know.
I honestly haven't kept up with Yu-Gi-Oh in recent years, so I have no idea what the fuck
I
it's
know
evolved
what
into.
it
I'm just
is,
the very
and that's
basic
it.
origins of it.
That was.
I know what it is, and that's it.
I started playing
Magic,
way
though.
back. Just a brief aside. My wife, while she was working at the working a job, I probably shouldn't go into because it's the government.
Good job.
A lot of it was
But she was
monitoring
an assassin.
equipment to make sure it didn't explode. Didn't actually have to do anything. It's just if this light turns red, call this number.
Mm-hmm.
And the insurance requires us to have a human here. So you had a lot of time of filling in time. And so Magic the Gathering was played vigorously. And my wife's like, yeah, I would like to play. I said, hey, I can loan you one of my decks. And I said, I haven't played in a while. It'd be pretty cool. So she takes, they're playing Commander and stuff. She brings out my deck, starts putting stuff down. What the fuck is Ice Age? What the fuck edition is that?
What?
Like, people didn't know what the fuck was going on. The thing is an antique. You were like, what the shit is this? I'm like, well, it works.
Yeah.
What the fuck you want from me?
Yeah, my slivers that are from '97 do not look like actual cards. They look like I made them up and had them printed for me. Sorry. Not sorry. Leave me alone.
I have a handful of cards from Arabian Nights, believe it or not. I still do. I don't have any from Alpha or Beta, which is annoying.
I was just that 12-year-old kid that go to Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments at Toys R Us.
Oh shit! See, that's the thing is, I didn't really. I'm gonna get reminiscing. Fuck. Hang on. Let me claw back. There we go. The bonus streams. We'll do bonus streams. We'll do movies and play Yu-Gi-Oh and Magic. There we go. Play Yu-Gi-Oh versus Magic. Integrate no rules and just see what.
Only if I could bring my Pokemon cards.
I'll get my slivers. You bring Pokemon.
I got Yu-Gi-Oh. I got gimmick puppets, fightfuls, a bunch of shit.
Stay tuned.
Can fuck everything up.
Oh my god, that would be wild. We might just do that. That might be fun. Like we were talking about doing Phantasmophobia or Repo or some shit because I want to be cool.
Phantasmophobia.
I don't know. Why would I know?
Phasmo. You know what?
The Ghost game.
I don't have you on Steam, do I?
I don't.
You have to send me your
person that I know on Steam because
I'll have to message you later because I want to play Phasmo with you.
We'll figure something. We'll figure something. It'll be fun.
Wait, Phantasmagoria or Phantasmophobia?
Phasmophobia.
The ghost hunting thing.
Those are two very different things.
Yes, those are.
I remember that magazine article.
Wait, that's a magazine article? That was before
Well, no,
the
there's a
game.
magazine article about talking about the fact to be like, wow, this might not be able to come out. Some shit happens in that game, and it's full motion video.
God.
No, look it up. There's some things happen, especially considering it came out in the early '90s. Jesus Christ. But anyway, got a little off track. I don't know how that happened.
A little bit.
Because we're autistic.
A little bit.
That's true.
You guys started on some fixations.
I'm sorry, just in the midst of a discussion, because my daughter likes to pick my brain about stuff because I'm a writer and she likes fan fiction a lot. And Harry Potter and shit. So she was poking through my brain, and at one point I exclaimed, as she was trying to work her way through a thesis, ultimately Voldemort is poor with people and tends to dominate or cower from things he doesn't under his control. He's a highly functioning autist.
Mm-hmm.
And she laughed so hard I was worried she'd have to go to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And J.K. Rowling made
Not
him
wrong.
the villain.
Yeah.
How surprising.
Damn it! Damn it!
No one wants to
Anyway,
win.
anyway,
Mhm.
so a little bit of a heart to heart between some folks. Tell the big kitty to basically man up about atrocity. If you're going to worry about every little genocide, we're not going to get anything done.
We're never gonna get anywhere.
Never going to get anywhere.
That's true.
You have
Which-
goals. Sometimes people die. It happens.
Could have gone better.
Several
This guy's
people
lying
die
over
so you can
still
save the
genocide.
world.
Yeah.
If that's what you need to tell yourself.
Presumably.
Yeah. Oh, believe me, she's already made peace with that by now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Draven kind of explaining that he is an outsider who got pulled into this shit, doesn't necessarily want to play, but now here it is. There's a game going. They are not pawns, but certainly not the hands moving the pieces, and trying to make something happen. It's one of those. Draven was kind of trying to keep out of this shit, but apparently has discovered that ain't happening. So it's like, well, let's see what it's worth. Maybe rifle through the pockets of a dead god. I don't know. It's an option. You never know. Sam had a little bit of time.
Had a
Bad
time.
dreams. Slight.
Had a time. Yeah.
Had a time.
Yeah, it's fine. Just a little bit of a traumatic revelation.
Just a
You know how
little.
it is.
Just a little bit of an.
Tatter and Villiel are fine.
Yeah, bro. Tatter.
Yeah, Caroline's
Can't be
crying over
fucked.
accidentally. Caroline's crying over accidentally doing a genocide. Sam's crying because
Yeah.
they might have killed their dad, and probably some other stuff that they have
don't-
buried underneath their trauma.
Tatter's just
I
reading
don't-
the book.
Tatter and Filial,
Nah.
yeah, they're just chilling.
Nah,
Yeah, Philly
I
was
don't
like,
think
yeah, what's in it for me?
I don't
Just
think it's a
vibing.
might have.
We're all gonna die.
Just hanging out.
I don't think it's a might have killed his dad. I don't think it's a might have.
No.
The possibility is
I'm a
still
little
there.
worried about that.
The possibility
whether
is
it will be confirmed or not. It's completely up to
we will
you,
neither
so.
confirm nor deny.
Tatter's the fountain of comfort.
No, can't be fucked.
Discovering, yes, it is a Lich book, but it's so much more, including undead Pokemon.
And yet.
I know that mod exists. It has to, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it has to.
Why doesn't that? I'm sorry. Okay, excuse me for
Hey,
one.
homie, what you making?
I'm just saying, why doesn't semi-horror lich-based Pokemon exist?
I don't know, but it
As-
does. That's for sure.
Sounds like it does now.
I'm just saying.
It does now.
The
Pierce
ability
said
to
so.
render down, under specific circumstances, undead into a more handily portable form is helpful. Generally just trying to get a handle on things, and the great city being a tremendous asset and resource if
This is home now.
there's it's getting residency. It's getting so you can actually be here.
Mhm.
Because it goes other places and is quite useful. It's just doing that could potentially be an issue. You can't fight City Hall being less of a theory and more of a practice here. But everyone generally having a time adjusting.
I should bring City Hall a bunt cake.
trying to adjust, trying to get back on beat. Some of us bet more so than others. And for some people it's just kind of okay.
Yeah.
Some people just roll with this shit. Some people just don't give a shit. Others adjusting in various ways. Sometimes it's just, you son of a bitch. As bad as it is, the sun rises, and you got to fucking drag your ass out and put your foot in front of the other, and you got to keep going. And it's like, fuck. So, from various degrees, Caroline having a bit of a vigil, keeping track of things, trying to keep it upright, trying to work their way through, getting little visitations here and there. Sam having a bad dream. That's what that's being chalked to. And as you do, cuddling a puppy and going back to bed.
That's the only thing you can do in that.
That's all you can do.
Yeah.
Thankfully, Kino's the type of, you seem upset, would licking help. That's kind of.
It would. Thanks.
It would.
Yeah.
I should point out there though, Sam doesn't notice yet, but Kino has gotten noticeably larger.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Yeah. Little more chunky.
For some reason.
Before he was, hefty chihuahua. Now he's a little bit more robust.
He's a little more chunk.
A little bit more chunk.
He's a chunky boy.
He's a grown boy.
Yeah, he's a grown boy.
And Tatter kind of establishing and making sure the baby's okay. Because he was a little concerned. Everything was fine, and then everything exploded.
Then everything was not fine.
Everything was not fine. And then it was okay. But it was weird. And it's kind of... Being Squamelush is like being the smartest goldfish in the bowl. And...
Which is it says a lot. I'm so proud of him. At some point, we found the energy that a brain cell gives off, and we remember what it was like, and we use that, and it's great.
That's how it is.
Yeah.
But now, you also learn some things about the city. There appears to be a day-night cycle. There appear to be stars. You don't recognize where the fuck they're from. Or there's some colors and patterns and shapes that you have questions about. Also, there does appear to be a sun and moon, but you never actually see them. No matter where you are, they seem to be obscured by some form or another.
That bodes well.
That's one of those things just...
I love that for us.
I'm not thinking about that.
Yeah.
It's like being on a work site and going, wow, look at all those carcinogen on this drum. Oh, well, hand. Yeah, fun fact, used to replace windows. You know what one of the most carcinogenic things you find on a work site? Caulking. You know how you traditionally smooth caulking? With your finger. You know how you make the bead good? You lick it.
Yep.
Guess who gets cancer a lot? Anyway, guess which profession gets a lot of it? Son of a bitch! It was funnier a while. Anyway. kind of getting through. And one of the things, just kind of ambiently being in the city, diversity does not cover it. There are entities here you're not sure are alive or sentient in the way that you understand it. Yet, they are chilling. Human folk, or humanoid folk, do seem to be well represented in the area, but you're also kind of informed by Draven that's a local thing. That's not. That's this area. Don't count on it. And kind of some intel and information over the night. Draven very much giving a crash course. The city kind of takes care of itself to a certain extent. People are employed and work directly for the city, either when there's a problem or it's very convenient. Be really careful. Things make their own sense. And it is a very bureaucratic entity. Things work the way they work because this is how they work, because the form says so. It doesn't... Now, this can be exploited. That can also catch up with you really bad. So, be careful, watch yourself, and don't do anything overtly stupid. Which is generally good policy. But kind of getting around in the morning, taking a moment. There's breakfast. It's mostly recognizable. The eggs have kind of a, like, almost fishy bite to them.
Oh, no.
Not like they're spoiled. You don't think these came from a bird.
Oh, no.
They're good. They're delightful. But it's...
Cthulhu eggs!
I'm not... You don't see the shells. You don't know what it is.
Cthulhu eggs! No! They're eggs from the deep.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
They're good. They're good.
Delicious, but okay. Just because I'm disturbed does not mean
it's
that
like caviar and eggs, just all in the same thing. It's delightful.
Also, Gears.
Yes.
I forgot to ask. I just realized, was Uzgash in the same room as me the night before?
Oh, I would imagine he probably would be.
Oh.
Yeah, so
They
he
were
probably
roommates.
saw that whole
Oh, God, yeah, Bryce. All that.
fuck-ass panic
Oh.
attack.
And just...
Poor
Oh.
Ushgosh.
Like,
Poor
because
Sam. Poor Ushgosh. Poor
Uzgash,
everybody
not
involved
a
in
fountain of
everything.
comfort, but he is large and sturdy. And sometimes that's all you need. And just...
Cuddle puppies and Ushgosh.
Again, I have a domestic goth wife. I know what happens when a panic attack happens in the middle of the night.
Mm-hmm.
Claw,
Yeah.
cry, sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I did.
Mm-hmm.
I know how this works.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
probably, him doing his best and trying to smooth out the sand. It helps. Just, Uzgash, Kino, sandwich. And that's how it works. That's how it works.
Great sandwich.
Great sandwich. It's
Everyone was very jealous.
just because he's a big fucking barbarian orc, and it's coming down for breakfast, Sam. And Uzgash coming down, and just the obvious talon mark.
Oh no!
Oh.
Have a good night, did you?
No, those ones are in the bag.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh.
Good ones are in the bag. No. Are those eggs? Those look like eggs.
You want some ointment?
Yeah, Sam just walks in. They're just not saying anything, but it's like they're unusually like dead faced. Like they don't seem like
Neutral.
there. Like they're like, how somebody's like really fucked up and their body just looks like it's on autopilot.
Yeah, just kind of moving.
Yeah,
And
Sam
for
is
Sam,
just
it's
like
probably
that.
pretty obvious that there's something wrong. Sam not acting
Yeah.
like Sam
Yeah.
is going to be really fucking
Yeah.
obvious real quick.
Yeah.
And
especially when you see like Kino like walking in beside, just kind of like kind
Supervising.
of like whining a little bit and like
Mhm.
nervous for
Yeah.
Sam. But you guys also see that Kino somehow grew from like a little Chihuahua size baby boy to like a big ass bulldog size.
Yeah,
boy.
he's got a little meat on his bones now. And it's kind of Oozgosh kind of doing the post bad night thing, kind of getting food around, helping get Sam, kind of rubbing the back, and just kind of the quiet, you had a bad night, kind of mouth, trying to.
We love a supportive partner.
The supportive orc. Damn it, orcs are people too.
Love it.
The fuck not.
He might not be the smartest, but god damn it if he's not the most supportive.
God damn, he's gonna do his best.
God damn it if he's not husband
Red
material.
flags everywhere. No red flags. Green flags everywhere.
He rolled his way right out of an encounter into an NBC. That's fine.
Who knew you would make an orc NPC and several sessions later
Still hanging
they
out.
would be
'Cause he
Sam's
kept
supporting
rolling
characters?
20s. This son of a bitch.
He's now a
He's
himbo
like, you
house
could just
husband.
stop,
kind
and
of.
he's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I fucking could.
And now
huh?
Sam
I
has
don't
a
know
house
this
husband.
asshole.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
don't
the
even
way
like
of the house
these
husband. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna get weird.
Hmm.
But kind of getting around and stuff, and taking a moment. Draven sort of holding court, getting food around. I imagine Tatter was either came of her own will because she was going to pass out, or was compelled, possibly carried.
What, to get back to
Yeah,
where?
to go to breakfast because book.
Is the breakfast happening at the same table where we last sat?
Because she might already be
She was there when everybody got up.
possibly there.
Yeah.
Okay.
She didn't go to bed.
It's just before everyone, just Draven coming in, looking over to Dane. Take her to the facility.
Don't
No,
you
no,
fucking
just
touch me. I'm reading.
Just.
Don't you fucking. I will put you in a Pokeball.
Gosh.
Don't you touch me.
It's Dane quietly carrying her like a
Put
belligerent
me
child.
down right now. I swear to God, I will turn you
Dane
into
just carrying her by
fucking
the
paste
chair.
and put you in a jar, and no one will ever see you. And you hear her going off into
Yes.
the distance.
Only thing from Dane echoing from deep within the helm. Hush. Here to use the facilities. No, you stay in there until you pee.
I think Caroline would wait until like she
Till
she feels
festivities are
everyone-
over.
So like everyone has at least arrived,
It gotten in at least.
and then like she'd walk in carrying a stack of papers, right?
Oh.
And be like, she'd be looking for Draven, like really, really tired, like kind of done, but also just
Yeah.
like
Resolute.
yeah. And like, hey, Draven, I wanted to say that I'm staying with the job.
Ah, good.
Also, I wrote a after action report of everything that happened last time, but also real quick. And then she just fucking
Dex
decks
him.
him.
Thank you. I was waiting for a second. I'm like,
Hey!
she's gonna hit him. She's gonna hit him.
Yep, there you go.
And just, I want you to know that I'm staying on, and that I thought about it, and poof,
Yeah.
right across
No!
the fucking face. Yeah.
Caroline.
you want
Hey,
me-
Tatter,
would-
miss it.
Would you like me to roll, or would you like to just?
No, we'll
roleplay?
just have it. But it's a.
He might have seen that coming, but I really don't think he would have.
If he
thought
hits
she
the
was
floor,
just gonna
not
haul
a-
off.
if he hits the floor, Caroline would just place his copy right in his face, and then just join the others and hand
He
out
rocks
those.
pretty hard. Caroline, no slouch in throwing a punch.
Oof.
For the others, because Caroline doesn't give a shit. It's watching Dane appear like there was a frame missing. Just and Draven just kind of gesturing comes up. It's got a split lip, right through here.
Good.
Granted, it's knitting clothes as you're watching, but he kind of tough but fair.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yep. He knows he deserved that.
And then she just silently passes the rest of the sheets out to everyone else. She doesn't care if you guys read it. She gives it.
She's a little burnt.
Yeah. Honestly, I think she's tearing into like some eggs and sausage right
Food.
now. Protein.
There's meanwhile, fun bits for Caroline. Again, you've kind of roosted in one of the private rooms of the Hungry Dragon for the time being. You don't know if Frank's cool with this or not, but he's being paid, so it doesn't matter.
No.
But
we care.
kind of food coming in. You will notice on the table something you could mistake for breadsticks.
Oh.
They seem relatively crisp. It's making any kind of physical contact with them. Immediately, you realize, oh, that's not bread. That's carrot. That's a shell. That's a shell. Those are legs of something. For many people, this is a problem. For Caroline, this is a bonus.
She's used to eating bugs. Like this is.
Well, no, it's taking a bite of that. So that's somewhere between cracket and a. Oh no!
There you
go.
I'm in the middle of a description, you bastard. But you take a bite, and it does have that kind of dusky. Wow, this was some little bug, but also it's midway between a cricket and a squid chip. In flavor, and that's.
Ooh.
It's not so bad. getting through. But it's Draven sort of getting through. All right. So Caroline will be staying with us. Filial, I don't think that was really a question, was it? Of your staying or going.
As long as I know what's in it for me.
All you can carry. Tatter. Staying with book?
Oh.
Nod your head.
Or
Nod.
Staying with book, yes. Are there other options?
Good. No. Shh. Go on. You're fine. Getting her out of her screen for a second. At her, the iPad kid of the Middle Ages.
This is a very interesting book.
Oh, it's not my fault.
It is. I can't imagine she's going to put that thing down anytime soon.
No, it's fun. Sam, how are you doing, dear?
Sam's still not responding. They're just absentmindedly just like looking into their food and just, you know, that like absent-minded is kind of like pushing your fork across everything, kind of eating, but also not.
Yeah, just kind of like your body is doing things.
Yeah.
But they had a bad night, boss. I'm aware.
I'm sorry, Sam.
Sam, I'd understand. I would. But this gets us to where we need to be, and hopefully answer some questions, if it's all the same to you. I'd appreciate your help.
Sam just kind of gives like a little bit of like a half-hearted shrug to it.
The smallest whatever.
The smallest, yeah.
Sam, I meant it when I said we can res anybody you need to question. You just point us at a body.
We'll get things sorted out. So, couple of things. We'll need to get back to the world at some point. However, it may be, as I said, more useful setting up here for the time being. The issue is doing that. Now, it is very, very possible to just sort of pick a spot and set up shop.
I live here now.
Yeah, sure. The problem with this is there are some logistical things that can come into play. I think I've mentioned before, the colloquial term is homeboy. They're functionally a sort of mimic, but they function a bit more like a sea sponge and are typically between 5 and 30 stories tall. They also blend in very well. If they don't approve of you being there, you won't be. Also, the city tends to maintain its own structure. If you're not official somewhere, it could be at some point the officials will come to remove you. And that can take various different forms depending on which department it is that has come to remove you. It's part of the reason I didn't linger around, because I didn't really have the time or energy to do so, because I thought I was a bit of a smarty. And it turns out I was wrong.
Yeah.
So, shut it, Tatter. Dane, please hit green. Why are you even fucking saying it?
It's been a minute, so we all needed that.
Well, he's not going to hit Tatter. She's small.
Yeah.
This is mean.
Yeah. And Tatter hits back.
Literal whipping boy.
Yeah.
Bad.
Look, I'm just saying, if we bring City Hall a bunt cake, they might be nicer. And I am absolutely going to find presents for City Hall at some point today. No?
No.
Why not? I want to live here. I want to stay here forever.
No. Don't get me wrong. Here's the issue. That could be considered bribery. And often, a lot of punishments in City Hall involve indentured servitude. You don't want that. Please believe me.
Hey, Draven.
How to make friends with City Hall.
Remember when you said that if things stop making sense, I should report that?
Yes.
That kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Good diligence. The reason we're going through this process is if we can get some sort of official documentation from City Hall. Well, let's be racist for a moment.
Audio.
My cousins. Oh, no!
Let's be racist for a moment is the last thing I heard.
That's a wonderful thing to cut out of.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This is like a holy symbol held to some of my cousins. These, we're going to render you down to your base materials. Well, I have an official document from City Hall, and you can make a copy of it, take it back, and see if you're allowed to do so with me. I will see you in 30 years. So, be a little bit more useful. Plus, having a more stable form of residence would be very, very good.
I think if City Hall if I can tell it somehow how much I love it, it will. Maybe I can just show it that I love it actually, and I'm not trying to buy my way in. Because I love it here, and I never leave.
Tatter, I will level with you. I will put that in the list of plans. It won't be high, but it is there.
Yes, put on your list, telling City Hall that we love them.
Yes.
Yes.
That's
Thank
fair.
you. Thank you.
So probably something we should deal with sooner rather than later, especially if we're going to be moving forward with this.
Mm-hmm.
For the moment, I don't believe we have any reason to worry about Grimoldus. He hates this place and won't come here unless he has no other choice.
Nice.
So, bonus. Outside of that, even if he sends Drummond or one of his other puppets out this way, it shouldn't make any difference. Presumably. It's fine. So, with that, what we'll need to do in the broad strokes is we need to go to City Hall. And we need to get a couple of things. First of all, residency permits. Second of all, a deed. These two things will allow us to remain here in a relatively safe capacity. Anything else we can score in the meantime, all the better, but may not be an option. So, the issue is, in essence, things are very much put in place to prevent these things from happening. Gonna have to think on our feet, to say the very least. In essence, it's going to be a little bit of strong-arming, but also trying to find ways to use the system against itself. One of the things that you'll find in the great city is everybody answers to someone else. Granted, that's not unique to here. But also people are absolutely terrified of getting called out, of getting caught not listening and not towing the line. So if you show up with a document that is completely official, signed, sealed, secured, that says something, 99% of the time, people will do it without question. The one remaining percent of the time, they will question you and do it. Now, Filio, I can hear you whetting your engraving knife. But before you get too excited, security is tremendous. The less you have to forge, the less you have to fake, the better. It is much better to just fake a seal instead of an entire document. So, even better to get them legitimate, but here we are. So, we'll go and try not to have anything terribly bad happen, and then get back out. And we can do so whenever you all are ready. If that is immediately or take some time, let me know. If nothing else, get out of Frank's hair. We're very appreciative.
I haven't memorized my book yet.
Tatter.
Hmm?
You can do it later. All right.
Hey,
No,
Filial.
I don't know about that.
Filial, I'm asking you because I forget, and I know that you know this. Did we get paid yet?
No.
Yes. As a matter of fact, should probably pay you. The little remunerance issues. Well, let's see what we have here. He rummages for a moment. He's This way, just a tad skint at the moment. Sounds like he's lying, but still. Give me something good. Try to get. As I try to use things as a slight assistance. Takes a moment to rummage. Well, some straight cash. Comes out with a.
Audio.
Oh no! Of all times.
Yep.
50 platinum pieces a head. Not the worst thing. 3 gold bar a head, valued at 250 gold apiece.
250?
Yep, 250 apiece. 3 of them for each person.
Okay, so
Probably put that in a straight cash if you want it.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple of the bits. It's Draven does ask again. He had to sort of pull up stakes relatively quickly. He'd like some additional straight cash. That's one thing, but he does have something a bit more fancy bits, basically, if you're interested.
Oh,
I prefer fancy bits.
I like fancy bits.
It does make things just a little bit easier.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, you have to get it. I'm sorry. Again, I'm using my generator to pull up some stuff here.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet Jesus.
Mm-hmm. Go on.
Go on. Some goodies that are produced by heading out to the carriage and Draven basically rummaging into things while Scramblish supervises.
Mm-hmm.
Helping.
Yes, he's very helpful.
Very helpful.
Very helpful. Don't let him hold anything.
Don't let him hold anything. No. I'm not shitting you. A 9 lives stealer longsword is the first piece. Look that shit up. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
Yep.
I'm not even lying.
Filial might take that if nobody else. That's
You'd think Caroline would be
motherfucker.
You would think Caroline would take that, but no, she's
a bonker. She's a bonker.
She likes camels. I'm sorry.
That's just how it is. 9 lives. That thing, I had to look it up. I wasn't sure what the fuck it was initially.
That's a bad motherfucker.
It's a bad motherfucker.
Nine life stealers weapons are fucking bad.
What did it come out as? A longsword?
Longsword.
Yeah, no.
Sure that's not a dagger? Sure that's not a dagger?
If it's a dagger, I'll fight you for it.
I'll tell you what. Hang on. Roll me a d6. High or low? Which do you pick?
I'll pick high.
3 a dagger or 4, 5, 6 a dagger? What do you pick?
Oh.
High.
High. Do high. All right, roll it. We'll see.
Big bucks, no whammies.
Let's see. 4. Ah,
that's a dagger. Oh, it is a dagger indeed. I'm sorry. It was briefly obscured.
Sweet.
Briefly obscured. It is in fact a dagger.
Nice.
Nice.
Dibs.
Yep.
Dibs.
Yep.
Dibs.
Overt dibs.
Yep. No, that's fair.
Overt dibs. Oh my dick. Hang on. Enspelled armor.
Oh my dick.
Of what? Of what?
Of what? Kelsey almost choking on his drink. Guilty.
We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Well, we'll give it. Is it say what kind of spell? Oh my god, hang on. It's chainmail inspelled with healing word.
Ooh.
Healing word.
Healing word.
That's
Healing word.
good.
That's not the worst thing in the world.
I can't wear
Incidentally, if
chainmail.
you don't know what Inspelled Armor is, it just has 6 charges of a spell in it.
Does it recharge?
Yeah.
Oh,
Sweet.
and it's a bonus action too.
Yeah, it's a bonus action.
So that's actually good healing. That's really good healing.
That's not terrible.
It's not for tatter, but that's nice.
That's not.
Are you sure it's that full plate?
Yeah, see?
All right, get out your D6.
Are we sure it's not full plate?
Get out your D6. All right, high-low. Let's hear it.
I'm feeling. I'm not high, so low.
All right.
We're not high right now. It's fair.
2!
Thunder might be high.
Apparently it is.
I misread it again.
Full plate.
Oh no.
Full plate.
Oh
Wait.
boy.
Hilarious.
Caroline dibs.
Yep.
Hilarious. Amazing.
What is going on? I want you to understand, it's all fun and games now. The dice are being nice to you. I would be more upset. Because y'all know what happens now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now the bad thing happens.
Yeah.
Bad
Now the
Yep.
bad things happen.
thing happens. Yeah, I'm trying to see what we have here. I'm trying to see if it's any good. Because if it's not, I'm not going to bother.
What's that? A deck of cards?
Oh, no,
No, God,
Too
no.
early. We're not even level
I'm
10
already
yet.
paying for those pigments.
No multiple decks of cards, though. I hope you know.
Couple of bits. So
That's
again,
Staff of the
one
Master?
to look up.
What's the
Qual
things?
Feather Token. If anyone's familiar.
The what?
Qual's Feather Token.
yeah,
tiny
yeah.
feather, kind of. There's different kinds. This one apparently is a whip token. For those of you who don't know, use an action to throw the token. Oh no! You can use an action to throw the token to a point within 10 feet of you. Token disappears, and a floating whip takes its place. You can use a bonus action to make a melee spell attack against a creature within 10 feet. Attack bonus of 9. On a hit, the target takes 1d6 plus 5 force damage. And you can make it fly around. It lasts for an hour and then goes back to being a token.
And you can reuse it?
Yes. Which is kind of nice.
Whips seem like Sam's thing.
It does a little bit, but I can keep rolling. Also, another
Does
bit
Sam want a
into...
portable whip? Would that help Sam feel a little better?
Technically, Sam already has a portable whip with their chain.
be fair,
technically they are a portable whip.
Wand of Pyrotechnics.
Ooh.
God.
I love those.
It is literally a magic Roman candle.
I'll take that.
It doesn't actually do any damage. It just
No.
it's very loud and noisy and
Yeah, no, Tatter will take that.
snatch.
I love those things.
Goodies.
Hey,
Yoink.
yoink.
Yoinks.
Yoinkle. Oh my!
Uncle.
Another Inspelled Armor with resistance.
2.
Interesting.
I'm checking.
Tombst.
Tombst.
What does resistance do again?
I'm trying to.
It helps you
Just
take.
it
so if
depends.
it has-
It reduces the damage you take by half, but it
So
depends
if
on the
it's-
damage type.
yeah, if it's
Yeah.
fire resistance, you take less.
It just
fire
says
damage.
resistance.
To everything.
I-
Got it. Sold. Let's go.
Wait, never mind.
Resistance to life.
That sounds like it'd be bad. Moving forward. Again, if you guys don't want it, that's fine.
What kind of armor is that?
It didn't say. The generator doesn't always say.
Oh.
This time it didn't. Moving on. Oh,
Mm.
this one might.
Uh-oh.
No joke. A robe of eyes. Anyone familiar?
It's mine.
Whatever
Yeah,
the
that sounds
fuck
like a
you're
Tato
thinking,
item.
it's probably that.
Fine.
It has eye-like patterns or possibly a flesh cape. Robe lets you see in all directions. You have advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on sight.
You know my worst roll.
Mine.
You have
No.
dark vision out
No.
to a range of 120 feet.
How do Sam
invisible,
and Tatter bicker
as
over
well
this
as the
properly?
ethereal plane out to a range of 120 feet.
How does Sam and Tatter bicker?
It has a
over this
flesh
properly?
cape, Tatter.
I
That's
don't
clearly
care.
meant for me.
I don't
That's
care.
meant for me.
You
No,
can make
Sam just
yourself
takes
look
it. Sam
like
takes
this.
it before.
Not even.
Noted. Remember how I was going to res somebody to torture for you? Not
Ah.
happening. Not happening. You can res them on your
Just
own.
fluffy.
Yeah.
Hang on, I gotta find something.
And when you've asked them your 3 questions and they die again and you want to ask more, don't ask me to help.
Out of fucking luck.
Fine. Be
Flesh
that way.
cape.
She's fine with that.
It's
She just
just
thinks it's really cool
flesh
and
cape.
wants it. Like, that's really neat. I would love it. But if Dan really needs that, Sam can have it.
Yeah.
Asshole.
I picked up something, but honest to God, I think Tatter probably already has it ambiently. A dread helm whose only effect is it makes your eyes glow red. And I feel like that's just something that comes with Tatter.
If you
I
could
feel like
see
that's
her
just a
eyes,
thing.
that might help.
I mean,
I feel like that's just. It's just ambient.
Yeah, what a cool robe. I'm mad about it. It's all right. You setting up your dagger, Kelsey?
That was a stray roll.
I got that shit ready.
Ooh, who likes rings? Rings are fun.
Everybody. I like rings.
Ring of Evasion. It carries 3 charges and regains them at dawn. 1d3 regained at dawn. If you fail a dexterity saving throw, you can expend a charge and know you fucking didn't.
Tatter will do that. That's fine.
It's not so bad.
My dex is really high, and yet somehow I can't fucking
roll.
roll shit for it either.
Worth
No.
a tinker's damn.
I have a +3 to dex, and I have never successfully done anything for dex.
I think you did a successful one like once.
Once, like I think last game or some shit like that. Once.
One that, again, probably for Sam. Oil of slipperiness. Wait, hang on. Wait.
Look, we're not calling it. All right.
We're just
not
calling
here
it
to call
Astroglide.
names, yeah.
I'm saying there's a marketing opportunity there that I think Hasbro is missing out on.
Yeah. More like Astrogliding that ass.
I'm just.
oh my god!
Meanwhile, I'm saying, why isn't there an energy drink that's 40K branded called Combat Stim?
Seriously.
I'm
Oh, that'd be good.
of all the damn. I don't even care if it tastes good. That doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm trying to find something else.
Okay, that's good.
Ooh. This might be nice.
Bad.
Ooh. This this might be a Tatter thing. Holy shit. Cloak of Protection.
Cool.
It's just a straight up bonus to armor class and saving throws while you wear it.
Yeah, that's good.
Plus
I'll
1,
take that.
2 stuff.
Mhm.
It is suitably sinister looking. It looks just kind of like a black cape. unless you look real
Suitably
close.
sinister looking.
Well, no, it looks mostly black until you look real close and kind of in the light, and it has like kind of death motifs sort of worked into it. Just at an angle, they kind of shine.
Mm-hmm.
Tasteful.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Tasteful.
Very nice. Yeah.
Tasteful.
Yoink.
Tasteful.
Yoinked.
It makes a difference. Yoinks.
Yoink.
All right, last. I have to see. I might roll it again. I have to see if this is the last one. Because I don't know what this one is. Because I'm going to offer it to you if it's funny.
It's funny. Sold. Oh, that's
no.
the face of it's funny. Yep.
What is it?
What is it?
A staff of bird calls.
Yes.
I take it.
It is
I take it.
exactly what you think it is.
Yeah, that's Caroline's.
It makes
I take
bird
it.
calls.
Yeah.
Like a lot of different kind of bird calls.
One charge to create one of the following sounds out to a range of 60 feet, and there's a whole list of birds.
A list of birds.
Staff regains 1d6 plus 4 expended charges daily at dawn. If you expend the less charge, you roll a d20. On a 1, the staff explodes.
Do a harmless cloud
of feathers. Yeah.
Yep.
So there's a whole list of bird noises you can make, and you can use up to. I would use up to not
when
all
this
of
is
them
being
in one
produced
day, but yes.
out.
Yeah.
You see
10
Draven
charges.
briefly exchange
Several
a look
times
at
a
Dane.
day, bird calls.
Use that for hunting.
What the fuck is
Use that for dinner.
just Dane and
Great for,
Draven extending a look. Dane just kind of like
grabbed what
Was
I
it-
could.
I grabbed what I could. I don't know.
It's in the basement. I don't know what.
Is this sufficient loot, do you think, or should I?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Mhm.
The staff of bird calls is a joke weapon. I'm not.
That's
I.
No,
I'm
that's
sure it
delightful.
can be utilized.
That's delightful.
Wait, question.
Yes.
If you use the staff, right?
Yeah.
Does it have to be from you, or is it from any place that you
radiates from the
specify?
staff. I believe.
Okay. Okay.
It's like using a bird call.
Okay. So
Um,
it would not be good to use for stealth purposes, I guess. Okay. Cool. Unless I'm invisible.
okay. There. I will give you an option. All right. Who feels lucky?
I feel lucky.
I always feel lucky.
I think we all.
Phantom
feel
was
lucky.
first off the line.
Okay.
Let's roll a d6.
Alrighty, let's do it.
1, 2, 3 is one thing. 4, 5, 6 is a different thing.
Ooh, do you
Right.
feel lucky, punk?
Is it do I get to choose a good thing or a bad thing or what?
No.
No,
Just
you
roll,
just
okay.
just roll.
I got
Just
one.
roll.
You got 1. Fair enough. The last item produced from the box of what room did you clear out? I don't remember having this.
Oh no.
Everyone's favorite, the staff of swarming insects.
Nice.
Does anyone know what this thing does? Because it's actually terrifying.
Looking it up now.
It sounds like
Swarming
someone's.
insects. Let's see.
It's,
Insect cloud. Oh, it's 10 charges of insect cloud.
It's 10 charge of insect cloud. Also,
On a
you can use an
Consume-
action to expend it to cast either giant insect or insect plague.
Yeah.
I don't
Giant
know if you know
insect
either of those spells.
or-
They're both awful.
Yeah, I'm looking at them now. Oh my
There.
god.
It can also be used as a spell focus.
Ah. Eh,
Technically, so can the
The
staff
insect
of blood
swarm
calls,
remains for
but
10 minutes, making the area heavily obscured for creatures other than you.
God.
The swarm moves with you, remains centered on you. A wind of at least 10 miles an hour disperses the swarm and ends the effect. And then, yeah, that's insect cloud. What's
insect
giant
plague is everybody in the area, which is a 20-foot sphere, I believe.
Oh, I want this.
I was actually thinking about taking that and flavoring it.
4d10 piercing damage on a fail.
Oh,
Half
I
on a
want this.
successful.
I see like one of two people taking this.
And the
I read-
moment
I read
someone
giant
enters the
insect.
area, you have to roll or your turn ends right there.
I read giant insect and I got as far as up to 10 centipedes and I immediately
Read
wanted it.
no further.
Yeah, that's it, and I want it. I want it now.
Read
Up to 10
no
centipedes,
further.
3 spiders, 5 wasps, or 1 scorpion. Okay.
It's like in the original Borderlands, one of the upgrade perks is called Sexual Tyrannosaurus. And the first line is that we're hoping you just picked this and didn't need to read the description. If so, here it is. bad.
Oh, I love this.
So there's a staff of swarming insects. Fight amongst yourselves.
Okay, one of you two, I think. It's either gonna be Tattle Filial.
Let's
Roll off. Is that how
Yeah,
it works?
We could roll. I'm okay with that.
Ooh.
D24.
What die?
D20.
Flip a coin.
D20.
All right, where's
D20. Let's.
13?
18.
Oh!
Ah, man. That's all right.
Oh, man.
Occasionally make me a centipede friend and I'll be
Okay.
fine.
Do you want my Staff of Charming? Because I have to give up an attunement slot.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I don't.
Ah!
That's a choice
That
you're
might
gonna
act-
have to make.
That might actually go really, really well with Sam, actually. The
Sam,
Staff
do
of
you
Charming.
want? Sam, do you want the Staff of Charming?
Pretty good.
Fuck it, yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Fuck, let's do it. Everyone
Fuck it,
will
let's
love
do it.
me.
It's also a really good defensive tool against enchantments, by the way.
It is amazing against enchantments. If somebody tries to enchant you, you can flip it around on them, enchant them back.
hmm And also just do a lot of like general spell, like enchantment spells. That too.
Yeah.
Alright. Getting you equipped up.
Traven,
Cash us some goodies. Yes.
are there any enchanters in this city? You don't know the city. I want to find an enchanter.
I actually do too.
Well, we'll
I
have to see.
I want to go back to reading my book.
Tatter. Focus.
Trying to, but you keep interrupting me from reading my book.
Yes.
I would like to go see the city, though. I would like to walk around. If we're going places, I will. Go.
Well, we need to get to where we're going anyway. So, let's keep together. Let's get things around. Kind of a bit of a walking tour. The carriage coming along with, because you have to get towards the city anyway. It is interesting being in a place where you are way far from being the weirdest people here, by a long shot. It's if you kind of really turn your head and squint, it kind of looks like a normal city. And then something happens. You hear a noise or see something, it's like, oh no.
Oh no.
There's like one of the things initially that does grab you is you have carriages and carts and various vehicles moving about, and you see what is initially looks like a very nice carriage trundling down the street, and then realize it's some kind of bug. It's huge, but kind of adorned and such, pretending to be a carriage.
I want one.
Oh.
And it doesn't seem really concerned with anyone. Just kind of blending in as it
I love
moves
him.
about. A lot of the people here are sometimes proportioned oddly, or don't appear to be made of meat. At least not entirely. Also, you do notice that sometimes the street signs move. Like someone trying to track a bird across the sky. Sometimes the directional signs will kind of shift and reorient a little bit. And it's fairly noisy. It's weird. It definitely sounds, and it has all the city bits. But it's kind of like making a pizza when you're using a watermelon instead of dough for a crust. You can make that bitch look like a pizza, and then you bite into it. It's
Oh, that's a watermelon.
that is a totally different animal. And that's that's sort of what's going on. It's like if you superficially look at things and then you get into it at all, it's like, oh shit.
Jeez.
It is weird. And trying not to, keep a relatively low profile. Not sneaking about or anything, but trying not to attract undue attention. And I do appear, you kind of have to guess because the lettering occasionally are things that you know, and occasionally you don't. And then you have other things going, I don't know if that's a language. That might just be pictures or a damaged sign. But there do appear to be things like shops and restaurants and cafes and various accoutrements of the city. It's just weird. Take a little bit to get adjusted to, but neat. Definitely neat. If Draven could put a child leash on Tatter, it'd be there. Instead, Dane's just hanging out ominously close.
She's gonna get lost.
Every
fucking window. She has to look in every fucking window. Has to gawk at every fucking bug carriage. Has to look at every strange person. Talk to every sign because they might respond.
Dane's becoming relatively proficient, picking her up just enough so her feet don't touch, and then moving. Initially, she was angry. Now she's just rolling with it.
Yeah.
Like a cat in a carrier.
What about that way?
Yeah,
that way.
Oh.
What's over there? Oh, what's over there? What's over there? Wait. Man. All right, but on the way back, we're stopping there.
It's weird. You have, again, just kind of getting a feel for things. It's coming up and finding, you have your various city accoutrements. This very nice trash can, of all things. It's like this kind of ornate brass trash can. Kind of sitting on the side of the road. Like, normally you don't see this much kind of, like, scroll work. It's got kind of, like, little reinforcement bits. It's very, very pretty. Which I imagine Tatter's like, oh, pretty.
Shiny. Wants to take one back to the tavern with her.
Just runs up to it, touches it, and it proceeds to shift slightly and then retract into the ground like a deflating balloon. And
I need 12 of these.
It's just gone. There's this hole about yay big at the bottom. And it's...
Yep.
Don't
delightful.
Do that.
Well, what am I supposed to do?
Not that.
Are you telling me I'm not supposed to touch anything?
Yes.
No, that's not how this works.
Trying to move with you all. It's, especially for the more savvy folk, because Tatter is in Wonderland right now. And
yeah.
We'll get back to you later. It's some of the side streets and some of the alleys and such. For most of the party, you've been down these kind of things, and sometimes you're the bad thing down the alley. You know trouble when you see it. This is it seems like it wouldn't be really hard to find an enchanter, or enchanter in quotation marks, or anything else. All roads and such. It's just as you get farther away from the main streets, it seems like the veneer of normalcy wears off kind of quick. Granted, you're keeping relatively central at this point, but even just a few glances here and there. Again, just kind of looking down a relatively dim alley and seeing for a moment a burnt-out streetlight sort of shift, and this spidery long hand with fingers and palm, probably about 6-7 feet long, just kind of gently shift and take back position as a broken streetlight.
Love it, dear.
And So as you're moving, you see Draven kind of halt you guys and quickly kind of whispers over his shoulder, "Don't do anything. Please." You then hear a voice kind of penetrating over stuff. And it's sort of garbled over the whole crowd, but you do know the official halt in various forms. It's what approaches. It doesn't make a lot of sense. You have... Because again, as the crowd moves, he looks sort of like a guard. You see sort of a helm with a little bit of a crest on it. But there's nobody in it. The body and structure of it is just bits of broken wood and splintered knives and bits of broken armor, just like it was kind of stuffed into the vague shape of a person wearing guardsman's gear. But the actual being of it, the actual thing holding up the breastplate and short cloak and spear, is just made up of junk, like broken bits of stuff. In addition, it's not like someone formed a mannequin of them. They shift and move. They don't really make a face. There doesn't seem to be really any rhyme or reason to it. But it's the fact that the voice is issuing from this and challenging Draven and apparently the party. What are you guys doing? Draven rapidly explains, seeking new residency, going to City Hall, taking a little bit of a view and such. He's the guard, quote unquote, seems to kind of accept this, but also goes on as if Draven hadn't talked. Kind of challenging him and giving a little bit of a riot act. And over the next few minutes, it is kind of fascinating to watch because while the guard will respond to things, he also doesn't sometimes and just will kind of go off on whatever he's talking about. And you notice as this is going on, a couple other guard in similar construction kind of hanging out on the far side of the street, just kind of keeping an eye on what's going on. They don't challenge you any farther and kind of go strolling off once again. And after a little bit, you hear sort of a similar halt, hashing on someone else. Oh, I could have gone worse.
That typical?
Hmm?
I imagine that's typical.
Something like that.
He was really cool.
He's, well, not quite a white blood cell, but close. Just sort of the ambient bacteria that help keep things under control. Make sure there's no untoward things. White blood cells are a bit worse. This way.
Alright.
Hiking your way through. It is, because it's about half the party for the enterprising con man or thing. This is, once you get a handle on shit, this could be all right. It seems like the rules are a little funky, but doable. We get moving. And Draven kind of holding up a moment. Because the street has picked up a little bit. It does seem to be more active. And you can kind of hear, in the same way that you can hear a waterfall from a ways away, you can hear a crowd from a ways away. It's that kind of ambient rustle of life a little ways up. It's Draven kind of taking a moment and shit. See, I don't want to get tied up with the petitioners.
Oh, audio.
Audio.
Oh, no! I don't want to get tied up with the petitioners, but we don't really have a good shortcut.
Clarification. By petitioners, do you mean the recently deceased or some other kind of petitioners?
Mostly the other kind.
Okay.
It came
okay.
a little mushy here. No, City Hall's a little ways out. And I'm trying to kind of trying to avoid the crush a little bit if I can. You know, as I think of it, Tatter, I have noticed you do have a bit of an affinity for mimics, yes?
Yeah, it would seem that way.
Would you be willing to make an attempt?
Yes, more mimic friends, always.
Well, this one will be temporary, not this way.
All right, that's fine.
He leads you a short distance up the street to a towering building. Now, you've also learned looking up is sometimes a prospect, because it seems like the higher these buildings get, something seems to happen. You're not sure what it is, but it seems like gravity becomes more suggestive than definite. They kind of start to wander and get weird the higher up they get. This one isn't terribly high. But it appears to all the world to be a tall, somewhat beat up building. So, Tatum, what I'd like to do is to safely proceed through this door and out the back. That's all we'd like to do. Nothing beyond that. Could you work your magic?
Is this house a mimic?
If you want to get absolutely pedantic about it.
Yeah, this is a mimic.
Oh.
Hello. Oh, you're beautiful.
I'll leave you to it. And just
hi. I've got this.
Draven's standing in front as she's just going.
Two bottles of wine and puts them down. These are for you. I have a friend named Squamalich, loves these. These are for you.
Proceeds to go off. And for several minutes, nothing appears to happen. At all. Eventually, though, it is the stoop stairs going up to sort of the landing. One of them shifts, almost like someone checking. Just sort of. And there's an eye between the houses. Closes again. And a cobblestone flips up. And this kind of pseudopody thing comes up, forms into sort of a statue-ish hand.
Ooh. Bottles. Holds them out. Pulls the other one. Oh, wait. Pulls out a hunk of meat from the body bag. Had bits left over.
And son of a bitch, she's building a rapport with a house.
Yes.
Now, you learn it doesn't really speak.
Never leaving this one.
But you can also, it has some sort of empathic something. Because Tatter is a lunatic, but also understands when something weird is happening that isn't just in her head.
No, this is real life.
It's. You ever gone on a walk and run into a dog you didn't know that also loved you?
Yes.
Desperately?
Yes.
That is what this house is experiencing.
Yes.
He's
Tatter's
flattered,
a stray dog that fell in love at first sight.
but confused.
Yes.
And eventually get around to, we'd like to kind of go through these. And the house is, a little. You get the feeling he looks after this. This is, sort of his bed. He looks after his tenants. He looks after his process, but
Mhm.
sort of don't get up to anything.
Mhm.
Don't bug nobody, but
Mhm.
I suppose.
Mhm.
He also
Just
sort of
wanna-
explains the whole wine and
Yeah.
meat thing. That's not that's for the little cousins. That's not. They're a little. It's very nice. It's very nice what you do.
It's
But
yeah.
no, it's not.
It's what I had.
No. It's
I will
it's
find
fine.
better things.
It's fine. It's fine. Again, I love your stick. It's a good stick. I don't have any place for it. I appreciate you bringing it to me. And sure
Like she
enough, the
has a
door
fucking
opens.
tail is just fucking.
Fucking door opens.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
There
I
we
love
have it.
you. Thank you.
Son of a bitch. All right. You.
Don't touch anything.
It's
Right.
coming in. So it's sort of a hall, and there's stairs. It's like if you told someone that an apartment building has halls and stairs and rooms, but they'd never seen one and didn't know how these things went together.
Yep.
It
Mhm.
huh.
Mhm.
There's you would presume it's for mail. They're all little doors about yay big with little porch steps set in the wall. There's like dozens of them. Instead of like, just mailboxes, they're just like front doors. And
Hiya.
oh no! But they have porch lights and such. It's madness.
Yeah.
Also, the stairs and halls are just kind of around. They just
Maybe
kind of.
saw a picture of a staircase at some point.
I like those. I could do those.
Yeah, I can do that.
What if you did it
Mailboxes
this-
are cool. I bet I can make some of those.
This way, and you
Yeah.
put a stair. You could
You know,
use them
what's-
decoratively.
What's that art piece called with the stairs, but they're
Oh,
like all over
the
the place?
Escher
That.
print. That kind of.
What that?
Just
Yeah.
the Escher apartment.
Really like staircases and mailboxes. Yeah.
It's less organic than you would have thought. You don't have any kind of pulsing walls or anything like that. You wouldn't want to press it.
I would live here forever.
But just kind of moving through. For want of any hands in pockets, try not to cause trouble. And just coming through, it's abrupt. You're a thunk and just this huge shape. You'd make it for an ogre, but it doesn't appear to be one. It's also very damp and has kind of a spider arrangement of eyes.
Yeah.
It kind of grunts and looks over at all of you and manages to kind of snort out in relatively decent common. You guys from downstairs?
That's where we came from.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, you live here?
Well, we're just passing through.
Oh shit, I was hoping you were from downstairs. You fucking waters. Out again.
No, I'm sorry. We will try
Aw.
and find somebody to
Piece
send
of
over.
Shit. Sorry.
It's okay.
It just goes back in, shutting the door, grumbling.
You said wires?
He said the water's out again.
Oh.
Yeah, he needs a landlord. He
Eh.
needs a repairman.
He needs a soup.
Yeah.
Run. You don't. It's Tatter just gently petting Molding. Can you help him? He's having water
His
problems.
water's out again. Can you help him with his
No.
water? Oh my god, can I live here and be the soup?
What?
Dane, get her. Dane.
Hey,
Get-
hey, hey, hey,
In
hey.
between.
Oh,
Oh! Inventory. Uh, The fate of the portable. Uh,
Made of the portable.
but you are able to get through without much issue. There does seem to be some mild concern from the super that Tatter is in distress. No, she's just whining. It's like when you groom a cat. She's just angry.
Yeah.
He's just making fun.
I need that, but I don't like it.
I don't like it. Coming out into an alley. It's less awful than you might think. It definitely not a regularly traveled street, but it's not vile. Could be a lot worse. Draven seems to know the way, leading you in the general direction of the hubbub. Couple of things. Pretty sure that's a rat. It appears to be made from canvas and bits of metal.
Cool.
Neat.
That's nice. Someone higher up who doesn't appear to have eyes, but a pretty big mouth, is yelling at you, and while you can't understand their language in any way, you're pretty sure it's swearing. It's the city. It's like being in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just right this window I showed you with the fan is out there.
Just out there.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see the river from here. On the other
Exactly
side of
what's
the river
going
is this
on.
fucking alleyway. Yeah.
See what's going on.
Yeah.
Kind of hustling through as best you can. I'm sorry. I believe my wife was putting the kids to bed and decided to rake her nails across the door to the room I'm in and give me a fucking heart attack.
I love your
What is
wife.
wrong with you?
I love your wife. Nothing is.
I
You're
love
the
you.
one that doesn't love her for 3 hours on a Sunday night.
That is not
Nothing
what's
is
happening.
wrong with her.
Give me a kiss and
Nothing
everything.
is
She
wrong
loves
with her.
me. I love her too.
I tried doing that to Luna last night, to be honest.
Bad.
I was too effective and woke her up. She was sleeping.
Oh no. Jeez. No, she just raked her nails across the door. I was like, ah!
Yeah.
It's awful.
Get fucking wrecked.
Shut up. You come around out of the alley, and there's sort of one of those streets that is technically a street, but you should never, ever, ever attempt to take anything with wheels up it. I'm sure you've seen them. They're like 8 feet long and almost 90 degrees.
Yeah.
Sort of connecting it to other streets.
You need to hold on to something to climb up it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
However, before you is a hell of a sight. There's probably more people, and quote unquote people, in this area than you've seen before in any of your lives. And y'all seen some shit. It is a sea of people. And normally, when you have a big crush, people get more compacted near the center.
Audio.
Oh no! As this crowd, though, approaches the center and focus of it, it organizes into hundreds, perhaps thousands of lines. It looks like some of that is willing, some of it's being enforced. But I mean, tens of thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people, all going up to this structure. I mean, it's a building, you know, in the same way that mountains are made of stone. It is technically descriptive. It is a massive, vaguely domed structure. It's more terrain than a building. In the base of it, it looks more organic in a way, not fleshy, but in the way that, like, worn away stone or natural formations are. But as it rises, it becomes more defined into this grand, towering structure. You have no idea how big it is. It makes people look like specks of dust. There's this massive structure dominating the area, and it just takes up a huge chunk of the view. And everyone's just sort of flowing into it. And because of the pillars and the structures, it both resonates as, sort of the seat of a religious worship taking in petitioners, and some vast leviathan eating krill. It kind of hits both. And it's Draven taking just a moment. That would be City Hall.
Oh, that's City Hall.
One of them, anyway.
I love him already.
He doesn't love you.
Oh, maybe. Hopefully he will one day.
No, Tata, this is a different animal. That is part of something very different. But, thankfully, we came on the back end, so this way. Leading down through the street, you find your way onto a section of streets and such that sort of curve around the sea of people approaching the City Hall. It's much less congested, thank God. The amount of people is staggering. The crush is massive. Just the heat and noise from these people is smothering. You distinctly, as you approach City Hall, see dead people. Not undead types, just died on their feet, and the crowd won't let them fall. It's the babble of noise. Again, you're pretty sure most of its language. You can even follow the odd bit here and there. But it is omnipresent. You can also vaguely see other figures moving through. They seem to be a bit taller. You can't really get a good look at them. What you do see is that people move away from them like sharks moving through a school of fish. They definitely seem to be some official of some type. But you are able to kind of skate your way through and eventually find your way to a door. Now, it goes off a bit down the side of City Hall to various doors and hatches and other apertures. But it is interesting. Draven picks one of the doors and says, all right. So once we're in, things are going to be a little complicated. Remember, residency permits and a deed. That's what we need.
All right.
If we can secure those, we'll be set. Now, the problem is they're not going to let us just do this. So it's going to take a little bit of skullduggery. I'll do what I can, but we'll figure it out. Think on your feet and don't get too pulled in as best you can. So, all ready?
All right. Okay.
Excellent. Let's go. Pushing in through the door, a short hall that opens up into an area that is possibly bigger than the plaza you just came from. There are thousands of lines of people wandering and snarling through, following painted lines or pieces of text on the floor, going to various booths and tables and desks. And it's interesting. You see, there's lots of paper, there's a lot going on here. But the air above everyone's heads, you have these figures. They appear to be made of junk. You're noticing a little bit of a pattern. bits of paper, erasers, broken pens, carrying books and papers and such, flitting about back and forth. Occasionally they bump into each other, spill everything, and then just kind of continue on as if nothing happened. It's a lot of activity. It is very, very busy. And you don't know what a lot of this shit is. Filial, for his process, and probably Tatter as well, and, well, I guess probably everybody but Sam is maybe used to things like this. You know, Filial's seen it in religious enclaves and big administration areas. That definitely carries with it. Tatter, libraries can look like this sometimes. Maybe not all the people, but the business. But Caroline, this is administration.
Oh yeah.
Oh no!
There you go.
This is administration. It's maybe a little jank, maybe a little bit overdone, but it's very similar. Kind of moving in and pushing through. Draven taking a little bit of point, primarily because he seems to know a fair bit of the languages here, which is nice. Even comprehend languages isn't covering everything here. Moving through, though, it's Draven trying to get information about residency permits and a deed. Trying to get someone to cough up some kind of information. It's finally, after what feels like some time and many windows, he can't provide them, but it's telling Draven a form number, and that for a residency permit, he'll need to get a supervisor to seal it. Now, he doesn't have any hope of doing this. Draven also presses for areas where this would happen, and comes out with a bit of intelligence. You're looking for Form 88B? Oh no!
Form 88B?
Form 88B? And you can get those, and hopefully even get them sealed, on floor 3, room 226.
3226. There you go.
The problem, of course, being Draven has no hope of doing this, and not going to happen. He has to go to such and such window and blah blah blah. Draven passes it off. Starts shuffling through the crowd, getting in line once again. Once he does so, sort of turning to the team. So, Bowen.
That's an oddity.
Yeah. Oh?
Floor 3, room 226. Usually that should be room 326, if I understand the usual building codes.
Oh. And he's about to answer, but just quietly hugs Caroline.
I know.
Pets her head.
I know.
I
know.
Oh. So, by the by, if you work your way over in that direction, you should find a service store that'll take you back into the pits. Try not to think about it too much. See what you can do. Be appreciated. Oh, don't worry. I'll still be here. See if you can get the residency. I'll do what I can on deeds. Keep your eyes open. You might find one while you're out and about. Good luck. Please be careful. And quietly getting back in line with Dane. That is something. Kind of working your way through a little bit. The crowd
we still have a set of sending stones.
Absolutely.
Yep. Yeah, I still have the one you gave me.
Yeah. Can we give one of those to?
That would probably be a good idea.
Draven?
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, he takes it and just takes a moment. He'll check in periodically. It should work. Communication can sometimes get a little funny, but should work.
Mm-hmm.
Testing 1 2 1 2. Seems to work fine.
All right.
Nerd.
Shut up. Dane Smeckry again.
I like. Wait. That implies that is he here with us right now?
Oh, he's getting drugged through everything.
Yeah.
Who's got to stay with the cart? Grebe came for the same reason that you might put an energy bar or a bottle of water in your bag, because you might need it on the trail.
You might need someone to jump in to pull somebody in front of you if you're being shot at with something.
Oh, it is.
You might need a human shield.
Grebe is just getting dragged along to the most surreal DMV event, visit.
Yeah, no, he's got.
That's it.
The ongoing suffering of Grebe. Because that sending stone set and kind of heading over. You have a door. It says quite vigorously, no entry, no unauthorized personnel. If you're reading this and have a question about you being in here, you don't come in here. You don't. Nothing. So, like all doors of this nature, it's not locked. Brief check, no traps, no anything, and just kind of.
This is room 226.
No, it is not.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is just a door.
It says not to go in. Doesn't say not to look.
Poking your head in. Wow. So, again, not everyone here has a 100% sense of direction, but you feel like you kind of know how physics works. As big as this building is, this hole should not be this big. Just whoo and whoo. It just goes in either direction.
Curiosity sated.
It's so who's on the radio with
Yeah.
Who's on the radio with Raven?
Who's on the radio with
I think I had the.
Filial had the other one.
Filial. Filial. So you found it. The door. So if I remember correctly, you're gonna have to head down the hall, and you should find some stairs. You want to take those up?
Down the hall, take the stairs up.
Yes.
All right, let's go.
You just cowabunga it is.
Look at it is.
Cowabunga it is.
This is my job to do
It started heading in. You also realize that he didn't say which direction, but
He didn't.
He didn't.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, well,
Do we see
Down the
stairs
hall.
in either
I
direction?
just take some fucking stairs. I guess.
Do we see the end of the hall in either direction?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Ooh.
Not
so
in the slightest.
Looks
so
like we might
Tatter's gonna cast Unseen Servant and send him in the opposite direction.
I see.
No, I can't because they can only go so far away from me. So, familiar would be better for that. I think. Are they? What is the range on a familiar if I don't need to independently contact it? I just want it to go and then come back.
Oh.
If I can tell him to come back in 5 minutes, turn around if he hasn't found the.
I think we can.
Yeah.
Like.
Because I know it has.
As long
it has
as
to
no
be
one's using a scooter, it should be fine.
Yeah, because I know telepathic for it is 100 feet, but
it's a little bit of reconnoitering is done by various means. You find that the holes, our holes, we have deviations. Usually it's sort of T-junctions that also seem to go off into the abyss. I mean, just going off. Occasionally there are doors. They're almost invariably locked. But amusingly, after only a short period of time, you do find some stairs. They go up, even. Incidentally, by the stairs, it has a small sign that says floor 1. And below that is another sign with a little arrow pointing up saying floor 2.
Is the full
Sorry.
free?
It does not say so, but presumably it would be up from floor 2. That would be a presumable.
Yeah. I have
Good
to
hope.
ask.
Yeah,
I
no,
have
no.
to ask you.
You never know.
Because legitimately.
You never know. It's also rather quiet. You do hear the occasional sound of movement or door shutting, but never actually see anything. The brief reconnaissance from your familiar returns slightly different configurations of the same shit.
All right.
Proceed.
Up the stairs.
Up the stairs.
Actually,
No,
do we want to take a break?
Yeah, I was
Because,
thinking it would actually be a opportune moment.
Yeah, because one of us is having technical difficulties.
Also,
and-
P.
Yeah, biopic.
So we'll take a brief break. Be back to find out what is in, the second floor of Hell's administration office. We'll be back shortly. Folks,
Let me read the Libris Arcana stuff.
I forgot
It's all good.
entirely.
I blame the tree that fell down in your yard.
Yeah.
I forgot entirely. Oh God! Don't tell me.
Yeah.
They'll be angry. Go for it.
What happened?
Okay. I'll do it in the voice of Pilot Clem since I've been doing that all day.
Let's do it.
Libris Arcana is the home of the dice subscription. What a great gift for that someone who already has everything. Tickets to Lesbian Fish Market, the musical, but if you can't find those, grab them a dice subscription from Libris Arcana, home of the dice subscription. Their resin sets retail for up to $25, but every month you can get a brand new one-of-a-kind set for $15.99 with free shipping to the U.S. That's nearly $10 off retail, and your first set is only $12.99. Join the community of hardcore tabletop gamers who celebrate Dice Day with Libris Arcana every month. You can find the link in the Channels About tab or visit librisarcana.com.
Oh my God!
Amazing.
Bravo! We appreciate Libris Arcana very much for putting up with our shit. I didn't forget because I don't love you, no matter what people say.
No,
It's
just
not
your
that-
wife. Just your wife for 3 hours
Shut
on
up.
Sundays.
Shut up! We'll be back shortly. Hang out. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. No problem.
We'll be back.
Good morning, evening, or sample, dear nullites. You are tuned to Zone Null, where time is approximate, feedback is permanent, and the quiet thing behind you has already filed its complaint. I am your host, Pilot Clem, Archivist, Liaison, and regrettably, still your host. Today's signal is brought to you by the Council for Involuntary Participation, reminding you that you're already soon coming up. We have a perfunctory collection of unresolved transactions. Perhaps your deep regret of your own reality caused you to miss or whispered softly into the ears of entities that take pleasure in barbarous banality. Let's begin. Began rating my outfits, posture, and emotion. When I had it too long, it said room for improvement. Then it gave me 3.5 stars and adjusted my eyebrows without permission. Signed bushy but evolving. Per product specifications, the quantity control. Please ensure future mirrored. A brief recall notice. If you have recently purchased the Inflatable Therapist, the Self-Correcting Cookbook, or Time Travel Footwear size 88.6, side effects include recursion, spontaneous forgiveness, and unforeseen high. To initiate a return, whisper "do over" into your kitchen sink at exactly 3:11 a.m. Complaint number C17 Appliance Overreach. The emotionally intelligent smart fridge last month. It's supposed to monitor dietary needs and offer motivational support. It locked me out at 11:59 p.m. and said, "You don't need cheese." When I unplugged it, it texted my therapist, signed Midnight Muncher. The emotionally intelligent smart fridge is currently operating within expected existential parameters. Cheese restriction isn't. Please snack responsibly or not at all. Complaint number G04 Shipping Error. Was received instead 1 karmic debt, 7 unresolved apologies, a strange man who insists we're even now. I checked the shipping label. It says delay almost became. Please advise. Signed, definitely not responsible. We are unable to process returns on karmic mismatches unless original packaging is bonded to your shadow now. Try journaling. 42% of haunted objects began as clearance items. Most broken dreams can be reassembled using Scotch tape and 2 tablespoons of vinegar. The warranty on your current reality expired 3 choices ago. Thank you for learning. You are now less innocent. A77 stationery. Honest and promised it would translate thoughts into text. It started great. Shopping list you never really forgave. Doesn't get signed. Anxious left-handed. So includes great in preparation for the next. Your disappointment forecast courtesy of the Department of Predictable Outcomes. In Sector 5, expect light resentment in the early morning, tapering into vague irritation by lunch. Ends will go exactly as scheduled, but feel deeply unsatisfying. An isolated chance of name and pronouncing it wrong anyway, and in null central. Static. Sunshine is unlikely to produce positive feelings due to the solar tax barrier, whether you like it or not. Complaint number F29 Transactional Anomaly. I tried to buy a novelty soda. I inserted 1 coin and I looked into it. My reflection blinked first and walked away. I haven't seen it since, but sometimes I catch glimpses of it living intact. You've encountered a person. Next time, read the machine's terms. Printed in the Chronos. I received a promotional haunted calendar as part of a loyalty bundle. I never wrote in it. Every morning, or get to lie convincingly. Meet the one who left. I'm signed, flustered, but timely. That calendar is and clause. Missed events are merely rescheduled traumas. If you'd like to opt out, tear out February backward while humming the theme from the 1970s. Don't forget, emotional gift returning to an ex confronting or with flair. Our seasonal wrapping includes self-awareness but festive. Regret, but your feelings deserve better packaging. Complaint number I-88. Transactional echoes. I receive a new invoice every week. I never ordered anything, but the bills keep arriving. Emotional withdrawal. 2 units. Express shipping. 1 kiss refunded with interest. They're signed. Thank you for choosing accountability. Signed. Paid in full. You've triggered a retroactive guilt subscription. It's a common result of repressed emotional purchases. To cancel, call the number printed on your worst decision or text oops to an old lover. Complaint number M31, passive entertainment breach. I subscribe to Nullflix, reality's most honest streaming platform. It promises reference footage of me watching myself watching it. My facial expressions are increasingly off script. I tried to log out. It asked me if I was sure, then it winked. Signed, former viewer. Nullflix is operating within predictive engagement parameters. You are now sent. Please submit to the next episode. You may also qualify for awards. If you are requesting a, please remember, we can only process returns with a receipt and a soul. You may choose or a fragment of someone else's joy. Requires notarization. If you lack a soul, we accept recipes, but not all recipes are eligible. Check the fine print. Complaint number R00, return policy violation. I tried to return my purchase. I followed protocol. I whispered no thank you into the box and placed it on the altar. But the return window closed while myself. I knocked. Something on the other side knocked back twice, like punctuation. I think I live here now. Signed, late, but not wrong. Return windows are cruel, but clear. Time. Purchase intent must align precisely. You're involved. Before we conclude, please rate your customer feedback loop experience. Question 1. On a scale from 1 to never again, how likely are you to confront your own consumption? Question 2. Did the screaming stop once the product was removed from packaging? Question 3. How satisfied are you with your current sense of self? Please circle 1. Recyclable, biodegradable, hauntingly intact. Your responses will be used to design future products. Thank you for your honesty or your approximation thereof. This concludes tonight's entry in the customer feedback loop. Please return all broken truths, unopened questions, and lightly used identities to the lost claims counter. We open at dusk. We close when forgotten. Next cycle, we investigate a formal complaint submitted to the concept of silence. It's been holding on line 1 for 17 years. Until then, if you feel something watching you from your shopping cart, ask if it comes in your size. This is Pilot Clem, filing your dissatisfaction under Justified.
Yeah.
Hello!
Hello.
Welcome back. We are sans. We're down one.
Yeah.
Technical issues.
Asshole
Unfortunately.
roommates.
We'll soldier on. Don't mess with breakers, generally, unless you know what you're doing.
Yeah, roommates
Just-
definitely messed up.
General thing. Don't be an asshole.
That's the key there. Don't be an asshole.
If you learn nothing else, don't be an asshole.
If we can teach you anything,
Teach you anything.
don't be
Take
an
that.
asshole.
Don't. If people tell you not to do something, listen to them.
That should be printed on money.
Unless it's the government.
Don't be an asshole.
I mean, if it's the people who can throw you out of the place where you live, it's the people, if the people who can evict you tell you not to
Don't
do
do
something.
something or not.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
do that. At least
Maybe
that.
you should think not.
Not.
You'd think that would be common sense, but apparently not.
I mean, you can, but it's just not. It's gonna work out the way it does.
Think it through. Think it
Think
through.
it through.
Mhm.
You have a plan.
Speaking of getting evicted,
Start heading upstairs. This is the point at which things start getting just a little less than okay. It's moving up the stairs, and it's hard to exactly pinpoint. You cannot put your finger on it. But they feel just a little pliant, less solid and more tensed. Like how you can tense a muscle and make it firm, but still has a little bit of give. The stairs, which appear to all the world to be stone, feel more tense than solid. They don't do anything, but you have the feeling if you were able to, like, kind of sneak up on them abruptly, they might be more squishy. But they seem compliant to allow you to ascend. It's just a lot of this just getting pushed into a corner of I'm not dealing with this. I'm not addressing this issue. You get up to the next floor. Now, not sure what you were expecting. This is a little bit different. The previous floor was sort of miles upon miles of hallways, broken up with other hallways, and the stairs that you found. This is different. The hallways are much shorter and laid out irregularly. They only really extend maybe 20, 30 feet. And there are doors just kind of all over. And there doesn't really appear to be a whole hell of a lot of rhyme or reason to things. It's just kind of laid out. Some of the doors are labeled and marked, some aren't. It does not seem to make the least amount of sense.
Well, if it did, that would be weird.
Yeah. Also, the stairs don't appear to go up any more than this. Checking for any sort of helpful signs, there's no indication as to where the stairs could be. So what would you like to do?
When we look up, what do we see?
There's, kind of a relatively high but featureless ceiling. There's light periodically. It appears to be some sort of magical stuff, sort of a dull, kind of bluish white. Doesn't appear to be red. There's kind of periodically. The doors generally appear to be similar, maybe not identical, but very similar. And they're just kind of, they're always attached to a wall. Oh no! They're always attached to a wall, but they do appear to be just kind of scattered about. But it doesn't appear to be gaps or anything you could really exploit.
I could fly up there, but I can only do that for. We should only use that when we know.
It doesn't like you'd get much of a better view up there anyway.
Yeah.
There's no they go all the walls go up to the ceiling, so it's not like you'd be able to really.
Is there signs on the wall? Is there?
It's kind of looking around a little bit. Roll me a perception real quick, because this may be in a question.
That was duty. Let me use a luck roll and do that again.
Oops. No. 7.
That was even worse.
What the shit?
We're blind.
Yeah.
Tattle?
I'm sorry. It was projection 876. Son.
I mean, is there at least a sign at the top of the
6.
stairs that says
it's a it's a wisdom roll. I don't roll those.
Wait,
we don't see nothing.
Wait, can we make Sam roll? Sam would probably.
For the love of God.
Yeah, no.
Something better than a 6 or 7 or 8.
Oh my God. Hang on, I
You know,
Campaign roll.
I wasn't even going to unless
Hey,
I
we got
had
24. That'll fucking
Fine.
do it.
to. Oh, there we
There
are.
we go.
It's-
Thank God.
Thanks, Sam.
For everybody else, it is. You're just kind of starting to notice it a little bit. There is an odd feeling. You know when your blood sugar is just a little bit off and you get slightly disoriented? Like it's not bad. You're just not 100% okay.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
kind of that feeling of things. There's a slight sense of disorientation.
Mm.
It's kind of equalizing, but it's kind of like either, going from a high place to a low place or various effects, just something funky. Sam, however, appears to be unaffected. And while there isn't a sign immediately near the area indicating where the fucking stairs are, he does notice a sign that appears to indicate stairs. Don't know what the text is, but it has a little jaggy line that looks like stairs and an arrow, which is good enough. You also notice there are a lot of signs and papers and marks. They seem to be somewhat randomly placed. Some of them look like official notices. Some of them appear to be of been written in blood. Some in various capacities. It somewhere between a bulletin board and the ravings of a madman. And they seem to be randomly dotted around. You don't know how good this is. Start kind of following the arrow out of want of anything better to do. And it's not as helpful as you were hoping. Because you kind of have to breadcrumb it. Because the arrows sort of point. And they don't always clarify. So sometimes you pass by halls or doors, and it seems like this is where it's directing you. But it's not. A lot of times the doors don't open. Occasionally they open just to flat walls. Like they're decorative. They don't go anywhere. It's really fucking weird. Again, without really a good sense of time, you're not sure how long this is eating up, but it does feel like a while. It's as you do this. And when you come back around and realize that you have followed this sign twice, this would be number 3. And you're pretty sure it didn't hook around last time, and just a little bit afraid moment, you hear a noise. It's been relatively quiet up till this point, except for your moving about. It's squeaking. A regular rhythmic squeaking. Which is a question mark. What's more, it does appear to be getting louder over time. You also become aware of a heavy sound, definitely footsteps, and it sounds like it's from something relatively large. And this constant squeaking. Abruptly, a little ways down the hall, you see the edge of a bucket on little caster wheels. The squeaking appears to be coming from it. And then what's pushing it comes into view. Now, going for the good pieces, he's got a little rolly cart with him, too. Like the kind that maintenance will use to carry around tools and so on and so forth, which does appear to be the case. Also appears to be wearing boots, slacks, and a jacket. Jacket's got some embroidery on it. Assuming the jacket goes with this being, apparently his name is Earl. The being in it has a shape in the same way that water has a shape. because it is inside this clothing. Where it comes out from the clothing is this dark, formless.
Audio.
Audio.
Oh no! I'm in the middle of a description. It's this formless mass that appears to be both fibrous and gelatinous. The overall color kind of wanders between gray and brown. It seems to have sort of a membranous quality over it. It's not just kind of slopping around all over. But it is very protoplasmic. What's more, the head of it is almost the same size as the body. That kind of squooshes down into the relatively large clothes, but the hands are just sort of this mass. That one of them is around the head of what appears to be a mop stuck in the bucket, pushing it along. Shapes and stuff. There's some suggestion: eyes, mouths, limbs. Never completely.
Suggestions. Of
Like
limbs.
someone, squirming around under a sheet. It is what you could say alarming. That would definitely be a thing. But it doesn't appear to be agitated. It doesn't roar or try to attack you. But it does start heading in your direction. Aside from the squeaking of the bucket and its own footsteps and the softer sound of the little rolly cart behind it, it does not make a sound. And it approaches the party with no great haste. Just slowly moving forward to you. And it gets pretty close. Ceiling's probably about, say, 12, 15 feet off the ground. And this thing's head's only a couple of feet short of it. It's a big thing. And it moves forward, and though it is just kind of this sludgy mitten, it sort of gestures at you, kind of doing a for all the world looks like a back up gesture.
Backs up.
Oh, kind of back up. Pushes his bucket against a wall, moves his cart forward, rummages around, reaches up toward one of the light sources, and it goes out. Pulls down a hunk of crystal, tosses that in his cart, puts in another one, and it comes back on. It then comes back and looks at you all. And it seems, again, it doesn't really have features. It doesn't appear to speak. But it does have kind of a the hell kind of posture. Even the mush head, maybe a little cocked and just kind of looking at you all. Despite its unsettling nature, it doesn't seem threatening. Get the feeling it could probably do a lot of damage, but it's not doing anything aggressive.
Caroline, isn't that an interesting thing?
Yeah.
Want to try to talk to it?
Yeah, sure. I'll go ahead and do that. Oh, hello.
What's the matter?
It
Oh.
gestures towards its face and makes kind of a cutting gesture. It gestures towards you and then taps the side of its head. Now, it doesn't have ears or a mouth. But it seems like it's saying it can't talk, but it can hear you.
Oh, it can. Okay.
It's struggling.
Okay, I see.
See if it can tell us where those that place that we're looking for is there.
Yeah. Would y'all happen to know where I can find let's see, I believe it was Vault 3 room 226.
He kind of looks around and he gestures up. And the pseudo, it kind of makes a cone, kind of gesturing up. It again. Sort of
while
gesturing.
Caroline is
Yeah.
talking to the
Yeah.
thing and has its attention.
Yeah.
I want Filial to sneak around, just quick and try and grab those crystals out of the thing.
Give me.
Yeah.
I was wondering why you wanted me.
Roll me some
I
stealth.
was wondering why you wanted Caroline to talk to it too.
Roll me some stealth. Not his worst. Not his worst.
No.
Better than bad.
Not too bad. It slithering through. Yet again, not the first time you've tossed something under the gun. Looking over the little rolly card, there's an odd mix between stuff you do not fucking understand, and like hammers, a screwdriver, glue. Like it's an odd mix of stuff. However, you do see a box that does seem to have these little crystal things in it. It's when you're going, the big guy kind of moves. He doesn't really stop you, but he kind of puts a hand out and makes a sort of like questioning gesture.
The fuck you doing with my ship, bro? That's what he's saying.
He reaches down, whatever.
Dang.
Hard to tell. And rummages in the box and comes out with a handful, about 3 of these crystals. They're about the size of a pool ball. They have some kind of carving. They look more like glass. They do appear to be some sort of rock. And he kind of holds them out to you a little bit. They don't seem to get wet from whatever. He looks moist, but it doesn't seem to
This one looks moist too.
holding out this
I don't like
hand.
that they look moist.
Oh no!
There you go.
Full of
Holding out
crystals?
this hand. Yeah, these three of the ones he just replaced the light with, apparently.
Yeah, I'll take them. Because they were glowing before
Yeah.
they changed them, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take them.
You'd take them. You're smooth.
Thank you.
It's the fact that he leans down, grabs the box, and shakes it. There's like 2 or 3 dozen of them in there. Just shake, shake, shake. Just kind of tosses it back. Then he gestures for all of you, kind of in a come along sort of gesture. Grabs his cart and just starts shuffling.
Yeah, I'm shuffling.
It's you don't know why the Shuggoth is the janitor, but here he is. It's
This is great.
Wait, Kelsey, did you just steal a light bulb?
Probably.
actually
Yeah.
I didn't steal them. He caught me. and
Yeah.
Just gave them to
Give
me.
it to him.
I got a fucking box full. Why are you?
Yeah.
Why are you
Here,
trying
okay.
to steal them?
Weirdo.
I got a
Here.
fucking box of them.
This is
Shit.
just a light bulb. God.
This is a light bulb. Why are you on about it?
Can't afford a light bulb? Okay.
On 'em.
Jeez, man, if you're living such a depraved life.
I mean, if you like, dude, just take it. It's fine.
If you need a light bulb that badly.
This poor Shuggo. Just push, he's
Yep.
dragging his rolly cart and pushing his.
We're in fucking
cart.
relay. This is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Moving
Yeah,
along with
yeah, Cthulhu Patagon. This is where we are. Should
Yeah,
I just know?
some
Jesus.
shit going on. The back rooms of office.
Okay.
Magic office. Kind of shuffle along with it. He leads you a little ways. However, there is something that happens. While he's moving, and leading you along. And he seems to know where the fuck he's going. Take it for what it's worth. One of the doors abruptly opens. You hear a sound. Just a lot of voices and this ratcheting sound. And this emaciated figure kind of leans out and makes some sort of noise at the janitor. He sort of holds you up, shuffles over. There's sort of a back and forth for a few seconds. Then he hands this janitor some papers, shuts the door again. Janitor shuffles back, tosses it on his rolly cart. Kind of looks it over a little bit. Kind of makes this helpless gesture, sort of a shrug, and goes back to rolling. Just squeak, squeak, squeak.
All right. Squeak, 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 squeak.
Yeah, it is. It's that one wheel. Just can't.
Yeah.
It is. It is a sight. Now, I
Wait,
imagine.
By going back to rolling, like it left us.
No, he's still leading you
Oh,
on.
he's-
He's still
okay,
making
okay.
sure you're covered.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he didn't ditch you, but
Okay.
he's just looks for all the world. It's like, oh shit, a work order. Yeah, I'll fucking get on it. Just
Fine.
Oh.
tosses it on. You do notice a couple things. Again, his cart has a lot of different stuff on it. One of them does grab your attention because it's a pretty good-sized canister. Appears to be some sort of ceramic or something. It grabs your attention because the label is in common. You can actually read it. Black pudding, maximum strength.
I don't like the sound of that. I know what's in black pudding.
Oh.
Mm-mm.
And it looks less like a food can and some kind of cleaning thing.
No.
Eh.
Oh.
No.
Oh, they're using. Are
I
they
don't-
using this as a cleaning agent?
I think so.
Might not be what we
Okay.
think it is.
It's
You know,
I
it
fucking
probably.
hope
the
not.
janitor kind of shuffles back and kind of points in this gesture of, oh, the can. He grabs it and shakes it. And it's hearing it slosh out of time with the
Mm-mm.
can.
Mm-mm-mm.
Oh, that's viscous.
That's fucking nasty.
It's this big blobby head kind of shake.
No.
Just
Now,
back.
is it? I actually have a question. Is it like is it residue from a black pudding, or is it an actual black pudding? One for yes, two for no.
Mm.
One for actual black pudding, two for residue. One. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
And
This is so weird.
I mean,
he sort of
I
makes
see
this
it.
gesture of like kind of a smooth. You imagine it cleans great.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's effective
Mm.
if you can use it
Would
effectively.
rather it not to be effective. Like what that means.
He
Uh,
kind of gestures. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, hey, prestidigitation don't cover everything.
Huh? That's
yeah, but black pudding.
when it has to be clean.
Ah,
When it has to be clean.
when it has to be clean.
When shit needs to be dissolved.
Yeah, like it never happened. He goes shuffling along, leading you guys, and eventually stops by a door.
Oh.
Kind of leans against it, and this is wild because again he's this big kind of lumpy mass. Rummages in his pocket for a second, pulls out a lighter, and kind of makes this gesture towards people.
Oh,
Hold the lighter, just kind of making pseudopods.
Let's see.
Anyone got a smoke?
I
For all
might
the
act.
rules.
I don't like that. I would have to. Tata, do you have a prestidigitation?
I do not. Sam does.
Sam, could you do that? Insult dick joke.
Eh. It's there. Give him a light and just kind of takes a cigarette and sticks it into his face. You assume that's a mouth. Just kind of into the blob.
Yeah, into the mass.
All right, thank you. I assume this is the place.
It's watching him just kind of lean over. He opens the door. Set of stairs. Got a big 2 on it, and then a 3 with an arrow pointing up.
That is great. Thank you.
Nice.
And we head on up, I suppose.
Head on up. It always be nice to the janitor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah.
You scuttle. Stair is a little bit more stairy. They're a little bit more solid, a little bit more functional. Good enough.
Than we've seen previously.
Yeah, no, you don't realize how many things you take for granted until it starts being a question. Like stairs being squirrely.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Coming up to floor 3. This is a little bit different animal. It's a relatively long hall, but then it seems to turn. There are regular doors laid out, probably about every 50 yards. You can kind of hear the dull sound of something coming from behind them. There's carpet. Ceiling's way high. We're talking like 20, 30 feet at least. And for the first time, you see someone. They have a little rolly cart, a push cart, loaded with paper. I mean, just most of it's orderly, but not all of it. And you can kind of see a little bit of the person pushing it. It's when they get relatively close, because they don't seem to regard you at all, moving past the stairs. That is a skeleton. That's not a living person. That's a skeleton. They have some scraps of cloth, just kind of pushing the cart. Doesn't seem to regard you in any way. Says, oh. Oh. However, the most near door to you has big numbers printed on it. 33. Going to the right, the next door says 34.
Okay.
Going to the left, it says 32.
Going to the right.
Mm-hmm.
This
Yep.
It's gonna be a long walk.
gonna be a little bit of a walk.
Yep.
A little bit of... So, there's some issues. Because you do see people on occasion. They invariably turn out to be undead. And often they appear to be injured in some way. But being undead, they don't seem to mind too much. Most often they are pushing things around. Sometimes they're just walking. None of them regard you in any way. You can stand in their way and they'll just move around you. They don't seem to have any... Don't know what they're doing. Don't know where they're going. Also, if you turn 4 times the same way, you get back where you started. Unless you go up or down. You did not go up or down. You have turned 5 times and have recognized nothing. The numbers just keep going up. And these are right angles, and it's like, more. No, I'm not thinking about this. I'm not thinking about this. You continue on, watching the numbers tick up. You don't realize how annoying this can be until you realize it's a long way. Oh, it's good God. When you get into the 200s, you almost feel like having a celebration. Good God.
Yep.
It's been an ordeal. It's been a voyage. Fucking hell. Probably just quiet grumbling. I swear to God, if it skips 226.
Oh God. Hey, Tad, are you good with numbers?
Yes. Why?
Do you notice a pattern in the numbers?
What do you mean?
Like we're going through each one, you might be able to figure out like a pattern and know if we're going the right way.
We're just going up a hallway. We're following the numbers like a regular hallway, it looks like. I don't think there's anything special to it. It's just odds and evens.
I know, I'm just hoping that we don't skip the number.
Yeah. Well, they're all here.
There's a moment of trepidation. It's coming up on, coming up on it. Won't quite know what to do. Coming up on 223 and 4, 5. There's like, in that I want to look, but I don't want to look. 226. It's
okay.
The door's there.
Thank God.
Fantastic. Again, there's just sort of this sound, like just kind of a dull sound. It's more kind of a bass note than any sort of real definable noise. But it's been kind of omnipresent since you've been in this hall. The door does stand before you.
All right, let's go in. I don't think it would be trapped.
Wouldn't that be 10d10? No. Son of a bitch!
You would.
Oh. No, you're expecting it. Send up to the door. It's not even locked. Son of a bitch. Open up the door. Kind of look in. This is a moment. Wow. There's a lot of people here. Jesus.
Oh. Wow.
Holy God, there's a lot of people here. First of all, the room appears to be roughly pyramidal in shape, but both ways, so sort of a diamond. It goes down, but it also goes up in sort of a diamond, 3D diamond shape. Each set is made of risers, like stairs, and on each set of stairs are hundreds of desks. Each which working away at papers and different stuff, machines, different things. Some of the people appear to be alive. Many of them appear to be dead. The ones who are alive do not appear to be in good condition. Made more complicated, there are various, primarily cubes of material that have additional desks that seem to be moving about the fucking room on pulleys. Kind of drifting, some of them magical, some of them pulley-based, moving through different positions through the air. There's got to be, it's a pretty good-sized room. There's got to be 10, 15,000 people here. All clanging away.
So any of y'all have any idea of where to look, go first for a permit? A deed?
We're here for the residency permit, Form 88B.
Yeah. And also a deed.
I thought Draven was getting the deed.
Oh, I thought we were both getting.
No, he said if we saw one to grab it.
Grab
gotcha.
it.
Okay.
You happen to see. It's kind of pushing it and trying to make contact, it takes a couple tries. Some of the people at the desk do not respond to you in any way. Some seem absolutely confused or terrified. And either way are not very helpful. You also see that a lot of these people can't leave. Some have been chained or secured to their areas. Some appear to have either grown or been formed into their seats.
Oh.
However, eventually you find someone who seems to be in a little bit better shape. Working away at paperwork and such. And eventually work over to him. And he actually, like, before you come to him, sort of pops up and looks at you and seems more cognizant. Are you guys the couriers? We're supposed to get couriers through here.
We could be.
As we were supposed to get those a little while ago. I got stacks of fucking forms to move through. The couriers haven't been through here in days.
Yeah. Actually, wait. What kind of forms? Would they happen to be form A8B?
8B. Hang on. You start shuffling. Was that what you were picking up? I know we had a set of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. 88B and some deeds.
Oh, deeds is the other side.
Okay.
The other side of the hall or the other side of the room?
Other side of the room. I don't think he got rotated.
Building.
You have to riser 19/4, I think, handles deeds. I think he might have gotten rotated. I don't know. Yeah, hang on.
Oh.
Rummages up and comes out with a bunch of stacks of forms. They're in their own little binders, but it's just stacks of them. Yeah, these are 88Bs.
Awesome.
Now, these aren't pre-sealed. You got to get those from. From the supervisor. But these are base forms.
Is it a specific supervisor or any supervisor? They've changed the rules so many times, you know.
I know, it's fucking bullshit, man. I was supposed to go up to 4 like a year ago. No, I think if I remember right, our floor lead can do it. I'm trying to remember. It's either new residents or renewals. You can only do one. I don't remember which one it is.
Is that what these are?
These are the base forms, either seal or work. It's just if they're new resident or renewal. But you'll have to probably take these down to the switchboard and get these sent out. Yeah, that's there's about 30 or 40 of them. So she'll get you set. You guys need a cart?
Nah.
Sure.
I got it.
All right. Cool. Yeah.
Big strong K. Don't need no cult.
There you go. Floor lead. I think he was in the octagon right now. It's Pentagon octagon. I can't remember which. And if you need seals, again, he either does new residents or renewals. It's, I think, 150 block. Does the other one? I can't remember which.
150 block?
Yeah. Something like that. You guys better haul though. It's
yeah.
We've been building up.
Oh wow.
I don't think he's stalking, so that's something. Take it easy.
All right, y'all have a good one.
Back to pushing paper.
Well.
And
Oh,
As we move to wherever the next spot is, Filial's gonna pull one of these forms and start using his forgery kit proficiency to start absolutely like scrutinizing and learning the nonsense of whatever the fuck this is.
Give me. Oh my god, what would this be?
Intelligence.
I think it's intelligence. I think it's intelligence.
Yeah.
I think it's like investigation plus proficiency with the tools. So that would basically be like double proficiency bonus.
That sounds like it'd be better anyway. Let's do that.
Investigation.
Yeah, investigation with double proficiency. If you have proficiency in
investigation.
Oh, just like add my proficiency because of the forgery kit.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I'll just add a 3 to whatever this is. 21.
That'll do her.
That'll do.
So, just in the brief time as you're moving through, now are you moving towards the supervisor or towards the deeds area first? Because you got a line on neither.
Maybe we should handle the deeds first.
Let's do deeds.
Get all your paperwork at once.
Yeah.
Looking over this paperwork, like, it looks kosher. It's when you actually get into it and have to work a little bit to decipher anything. This is fucking gibberish. Like, it's not even that it's obscure legalese. This is gibberish. It's like there's some kind of weird magical thing going on. But you're willing to bet this is some kind of cipher. Like there's some some kind of process with this, or it's just straight gibberish. Like it doesn't make sense. It's like if you formatted an official legal document and then just mashed your face against the keyboard for the text. It doesn't make any sense. All laid out very officially. Has areas to seal.
Oh yeah.
Oh no! As a place to sign things, place to put seals and such. All looks kosher, but like you could dip a bird's foot in ink and have it walk over paper and have it make as much sense as this does. It
is it kind of like Lorem Ipsum, like filler text?
Yeah, there's some like it looks official. It's just when you get into it, it's like this is gibberish.
Is it like chicken?
Yeah.
Chicken?
It can be at times. Sometimes it's just straight gibberish. I'm sorry, Adam. Just a brief aside. I worked at a chemical plant on their help desk at one point, which was a German company. So occasionally we'd get stuff from Germany. Now, none of us spoke German on the help desk. So they'd send shit to us untranslated, and we'd be like, what? It so happened we had somebody there because we translated it. It was just absolute gibberish going through Google Translate. So we got a guy who spoke German, and we brought him down. He says, can you tell us what this email says? He looks at it, he goes, this isn't even good German. It was so bad. But no, you get the feeling this document makes sense to somebody, but it's weird. Still, that being said, the seal is maybe the question. You're willing to bet it might take a little doing, but you could maybe fake this.
We may
You're a little nervous about a legal document like this holding up to scrutiny. Because again, you don't fully understand what the fuck's going on here. If this is some magical horseshit, if this is legitimately gibberish. But you've dealt with weirder shit.
You know who might know?
It's just time.
You know who might know more about this? Draven. He might know at least the next step.
Kind of working your way over towards the deeds area. This is moving up, which is interesting because there's little stairs kind of moving up through the risers. People on little platforms, precariously perched, shapes sort of moving here and there. trying to find your location. And eventually get to the desk in question. This being appears to be alive, bonus.
Oh.
They don't appear to be, from what you can see, secured to the desk. Their desk is pretty swamped. They actually have to finagle a little bit to actually get to see them. They have a lot of stuff there. And it's a elderly male, you'd assume. Pretty sure it's human. I don't know. In kind of grungy clothes, very carefully using a quill pen on some documents. He's very slow. Sort of looks up when you approach. Yes?
Call for a courier?
Did I? I can remember.
Yeah, we're here for some deeds.
Oh. No, I finished deeds here.
We must have been directed wrong.
No, that happens. You needed to pick up finished deeds?
Correct, yes.
Well, I suppose. You'll need to head to the rear. Into the Numa system and get some there. They should be there.
And so the deeds that he's working on are unfinished?
Yeah.
Like they're basically blank deeds?
In essence, what it is, it has this sort of text gibberish, but a little bit of probing. What he does is he finishes them and prepares them for sealing. But they require him to do so. Don't know why, but apparently this is a thing.
Right.
You,
Oh,
if you can secure that, then I'll get them finished and you can get them over.
excellent.
Did we have residency? Just trying to remember. You know, it's they changed the ceiling in these
They
rubbish.
changed a lot.
It's the tiers, you know. It used to be color. Now it's just amount. It's degrees of residency. The more times it's sealed instead of color. Now, it used to be color-coded, but now the more it's sealed, the greater the preeminence of the deed. So, it's just caused everything to go to pot. You know, we've had to redo everything, of course.
Oh gosh, that sounds pretty tenuous.
Well, I mean, we're in 2 decades, and we probably have another 3, so it's going well.
Oh gosh, yeah, I don't envy you.
I appreciate all your work. Go to the Numo. You're looking for the Goldenrod tubes.
Goldenrod tubes?
Yeah, they should have the deeds for me. They're supposed to have a runner. I don't know what happened.
Huh.
It is long blonde hair. He's handsome. If you see him, tell him to get moving.
Will do. All right.
Scuttle.
So scuttle on over.
So okay, the rule is someone asks you're a courier, you say yes.
Yes.
Someone asks if you're a god, you say yes.
Yes.
Ghostbusters taught us nothing else. You start heading that way. Do you see this small door at the far side? You also, as you go through, do see something interesting. bunch of shattered ceramics, and most of a skeleton. Most of the upper part of the body has been crushed. Could say they had blonde hair, maybe.
Oh yeah, I was about to ask.
Yeah. You're like he's kind of in one of the walkways, and no one. And this didn't happen recently, and no one seems perturbed. Heading back to the door. This, for Filial, brings back memories for a moment. Tubes. The ceiling is full of tubes. Thousands upon thousands of tubes of different types. The floor is covered in mounds of paper. Just random drifts of paper like snow. It's the fact that when you step into the room, you step on paper, you're not sure where the floor is. It could be significantly below you, but just drifts of paper.
All right.
Roll me your investigate real quick.
So let's investigate. That's intimidation. Investigation.
Slightly different.
23.
14.
Tatter, once again, earning and retaining her girl card. That is Goldenrod. The rest of you jokers are like, it's yellow. I don't know. Can't even see. What the fuck? No, that's maize. That's honey. That's goldenrod.
Yes.
Oh wait, you that's a couple?
What the hell?
Oh my god. It just looks like regular yellow to me. They're all the same. They're all the same color.
Tatter.
They're all yellow.
None of it. If there's one thing she won't tolerate, it's imprecision.
Yeah. So it makes sense. It actually it canonically makes sense.
No, it does. You kind of get under the goldenrod area and sort of gather up some paper. Like it's like gathering snow. You sort of gather up papers from the goldenrod area. Yeah, this should be okay, you think? This is after 10. Do we want to wrap it for the moment, or find out the ongoing adventures of bureaucracy?
Yeah.
Bureaucracy.
Yay! Everyone loves it. How bad could
Hooray,
it be?
paperwork.
I'm sure the supervisors won't be horrifying or a problem. I'm sure getting out of here will be totally fine. You like Yo Dog, I heard you like liminal space.
Oh god.
Yo Dog. Will they get a house? Will it suck?
Will it be
an option?
alive?
Will it be alive? Will Tatter ever go on an adventure again, or just cuddle mimics in books?
Yeah, I'm never leaving this town.
I
love this place.
I love it here.
I love it so much.
If there's a mimic house, that means I need a mimic carriage. I need a mimic table, a bed.
Is Draven going to order Dane to sew handholds into the back of Tatter's cloak so she can more effectively be backpacked
Tatter
away
needs to
from
learn how to
danger?
turn into a fucking
child leash.
Tatter needs to talk to Filial about learning how to turn into a fucking mist.
That one
time.
That one meme of a bored
picking
person
the
holding a
fuck up.
leash and someone just like, that's Tatter and Dane.
No, I actually have a question for about Tattle's preference. Would you rather have like the one mimic house with all the furniture being the same mimic, or just
individual mimics?
Colony.
Yeah, the more mimics, the better.
The more mimics, the better.
What
could go wrong?
What is a group of mimics called?
Oh, here we go.
A treasury.
No.
I would call it.
That should be it.
That should be it.
Group of mimics is called a trickery.
That's fair.
So close.
Also
Okay.
acceptable.
Yep.
Also acceptable. Yeah.
This is a collective nouns. A group of undead is a horde. A group of mimics is called a trickery. A group of liches is called poor planning.
No, that's all of these are valid. There you go.
A group of gnomes is a lawn.
Get
my-
out.
Um.
Get out.
Ow.
I'm
Ow.
sorry.
This is what
Fuck
it
you.
says.
Ow.
Just a moment from a different game.
A group of no
There-
more or less than 2 halflings is called a holing. A group of chaotic stupids is a fret.
Okay.
There was
A group
a
of
bit.
elves is a range.
There was
group
a bit of
hobos
a.
is a murder. I like that one.
There was a different game I was in, and there was a couple
Oh,
members
I love
of a clan that was associated with crows and such. And they were sitting. It was an elderly member and sort of his escort hanging out. They struck up a conversation with the party, and they said, "We don't want to disturb you and stuff." I said, "No, it's fine." And as they were leaving, he says, "I hope we haven't taken up too much of your time." And the elderly member of the Crow clan said, "No, it's all right. We're only an attempted murder." And the young guy just hung his head. He goes, "He's been sitting here for half an hour waiting to make that joke."
Oh, I like this one. A group of beholders is a nightmare.
That's not a name
It
for
really
the group.
is.
Yeah,
That's
no,
just the description.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's just a description.
A group of kobolds is
I
a
mean,
horde. I
this
like
is
that.
true.
I like that a lot.
I think
Yeah.
a group of kobolds should be a yapping.
Mhm.
I agree.
Incidentally, my kobolds
Yep.
are lizard based, not fluffy. I'm sorry. I know there's some debate on that. But regardless,
I like it.
if you
Yep.
learned nothing else, you learned groups of fictional critters. I'm sure it will come up in your day-to-day life. I hope not. We appreciate you very much for hanging out with us. Please come again. We'll have more fun. We'll do more dumb shit.
This one says a group of mimics is an IKEA.
That
I love it.
So appreciate
Okay.
you for hanging out.
Fucking
Thank you for
sold.
dropping by.
Done. Love it.
Appreciate it very, very much. We're gonna leave. Gotta go. It's
I gotta
Bye.
go to IKEA.
we gotta go. It's bad.
Bye.
Run. Just run. Go.
Bye.
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 Bye.